The secret. 1. What is the secret? The secret is a concept that became widely known through the 2006 best-selling book and documentary film of the same name by Rhonda Byrne. At its core, The Secret teaches about the law of attraction, the idea that your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs have the power to shape your reality. According to this philosophy, whatever you consistently focus on, whether it's success, love, health, or even fear and doubt, eventually manifests into your life. It suggests that you are like a magnet, attracting experiences that match the energy you send out into the universe. In simpler terms, if you think positively and believe in your goals deeply, you'll draw positive outcomes into your life. Likewise, if you focus on negativity, lack, or fear, you might unintentionally invite more of those same things. The key message is that your mind and attitude are powerful tools that directly influence your life's direction. While the concept may sound mystical or overly idealistic to some, many people find the secret meaningful because it encourages self-responsibility, optimism, and intentional living. It's not just about wishing for something and waiting for it to happen magically. It's about aligning your mindset, emotions, and actions with your desires. For example, someone who wants to be successful isn't just told to think rich, but to visualize success clearly, believe it's possible, feel grateful as if it's already happening, and take steps toward that reality. This kind of mindset can boost confidence, sharpen focus, and inspire people to pursue opportunities they might otherwise overlook. The power lies not just in belief, but in how belief influences your behavior and daily choices. The Secret also emphasizes gratitude, visualization, and affirmations as practical tools to rewire your thinking. It teaches that by consistently imagining the life you want, feeling thankful for what you already have, and replacing negative thoughts with empowering ones, you can slowly shift your life toward a more positive and fulfilling reality. People have used these ideas to improve relationships, careers, health, and overall happiness. Even if someone doesn't fully believe in the mystical law itself, many find value in the deeper principle that your thoughts matter, and the way you see yourself and the world affects how you experience life. In a way, the secret is not a secret at all. It's a reminder of something simple but profound. Your mindset shapes your reality, and by changing how you think, you can change how you live. That said, it's also important to understand the limits of this concept. The secret doesn't mean that bad things happen because you weren't positive enough, or that you can wish your way out of every problem. Life is complex, and many factors are beyond our control. What The Secret offers is a lens, not a rule book. It's a way to approach life with more awareness, hope, and intentionality. When balanced with effort, realism, and compassion, the ideas behind The Secret can serve as a powerful tool for personal growth and empowerment. It encourages you to take back your power, focus on what you can influence, your mindset, your attitude, and your actions, and trust that positive energy, over time, creates a more positive life. 2. The Law of Attraction explained. The law of attraction is a powerful and often misunderstood concept that suggests that your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and focus have a direct influence on what you attract into your life. In simple terms, it means that like attracts like. The energy and mindset you put out into the world, whether positive or negative, tend to draw in experiences, people, and opportunities that match that same energy. If you constantly think about lack, fear, or failure, you may unknowingly create more of those situations, because your mind becomes tuned to notice and act in ways that reinforce those beliefs. On the other hand, if you focus on abundance, gratitude, confidence, and possibilities, you naturally begin to recognize opportunities, take inspired actions, and shape your reality in more positive ways. The law of attraction is not just about sitting still and wishing. It's about aligning your inner world, your mindset, emotions, and beliefs with what you want to experience in your outer world. To fully understand how the law of attraction works, it's helpful to break it down into 3 core steps: ask, believe, and receive. First, you have to be clear about what you want, whether it's a goal, a feeling, a relationship, or a lifestyle. This is the ask stage, where you set your intention and give direction to your thoughts. Then comes believe, which is about having faith and truly trusting that what you want is possible and already on its way to you, even if you can't see the evidence yet. This step requires you to let go of doubt, fear, and the need to control everything. The final step is receive, which means being open to the results, emotionally, mentally, and practically. It's about feeling as though your desire is already part of your life, living in the energy of joy, gratitude, and possibility. This emotional state helps attract matching situations into your reality. But the law of attraction isn't just about thinking. It's also about doing. Positive thinking must be matched with aligned action. If you want to write a book, attract love, or find a fulfilling job, you can't simply visualize it and wait. You also have to take steps that bring you closer to those goals. Visualization, affirmations, and gratitude are tools to help you focus and build belief. But consistent action is what opens the doors. For example, someone who wants to attract better health might start imagining themselves as vibrant and strong, repeating affirmations like, "I treat my body with love," and then following through by exercising, eating well, and resting. It's the combination of mindset and effort that allows the law of attraction to work effectively. Many people report profound changes in their lives when they begin using the law of attraction consciously. Not because the universe magically rearranged itself overnight, but because they began to change. Their thoughts became more hopeful, their emotions more balanced, and their behaviors more intentional. They stopped focusing on what was missing and started appreciating what was already good, which created a mental shift that led to more fulfilling experiences. Science even supports parts of this process. When you focus your attention on certain goals or beliefs, your brain becomes more attuned to notice things that support that focus. This is called the reticular activating system. So in many ways, the law of attraction is not just spiritual, It has psychological grounding, too. In the end, the law of attraction reminds us that we are not powerless. While we can't control everything in life, we can choose how we think, how we feel, and how we respond. These choices create a ripple effect that shapes our lives in countless ways. By staying mindful of your thoughts, nurturing a positive mindset, taking purposeful action, and remaining open to possibility, you can begin to align your energy with the kind of life you truly want. And the most beautiful part? It all begins within you. 3. Your mind is a magnet. Your mind is a powerful magnet, constantly attracting thoughts, emotions, people, and experiences that match the energy you project into the world. Whether you realize it or not, the way you think has a deep impact on what shows up in your life. If your thoughts are consistently focused on fear, self-doubt, lack, or negativity, your mind begins to draw in situations that reflect that mindset. You start to notice problems more than possibilities. You feel stuck even when doors are open, and you may unknowingly repel opportunities because your mental and emotional state is aligned with limitation rather than growth. On the other hand, when you fill your mind with belief, hope, confidence, and gratitude, you begin to attract more of what supports your well-being and goals. You become more open to ideas, more courageous in your actions, and more able to recognize the good that already exists around you. Your mind, like a magnet, is always at work. So the question is, what are you attracting? This magnetic power of the mind works through your focus and emotions. What you consistently think about, especially when it's charged with strong emotion, sends a clear signal out into the world, and your subconscious mind starts working to create a reality that matches it. For example, if you wake up each day thinking, "I never have enough time," you'll likely feel rushed, stressed, and overwhelmed all day, because your mind is tuned to notice every delay, every missed task, every sign that proves your belief is true. But if you shift your mindset to, "I make time for what matters most," suddenly your awareness sharpens. You begin organizing your day differently, making better decisions, and noticing moments of calm and focus. The outer world responds because your inner world has changed. The magnet isn't outside of you. It's in your thoughts, your words, your feelings, and your attention. The beauty of knowing your mind is a magnet is that it gives you the power to choose what you attract. You can start being more intentional with your thoughts instead of letting them run on autopilot. Instead of feeding your mind with worry, feed it with purpose. Instead of replaying past failures, visualize future success. Use affirmations to guide your thinking. Short, powerful statements like, "I am worthy," "I am attracting positive energy," or "I create the life I desire," can reshape your inner dialogue over time. Combine these affirmations with action, and you'll notice your mindset and your circumstances begin to shift. And when you face challenges, don't view them as signs of failure, but as reminders that your magnetic field needs tuning. A challenge is not the end. It's a call to strengthen your focus, to learn something new, and to realign with what you truly want. Ultimately, understanding that your mind is a magnet empowers you to stop reacting to life and start creating it. You're not helpless or at the mercy of luck. You're a participant in your own story. Every thought is a choice. Every belief is a building block. Every emotion is a signal of what you're attracting. When you become aware of this, life becomes less about chance and more about conscious creation. So take care of your thoughts. Choose ones that lift you, inspire you, and move you closer to the life you dream of. Because the truth is simple and powerful. What you think, you become, and what you focus on, you attract. 4. Visualization. See it to believe it. Visualization is the powerful practice of creating detailed mental images of the life you want to live, the goals you want to achieve, and the person you want to become. It's more than just daydreaming. Visualization is a focused, intentional process that helps align your mind, emotions, and actions with your deepest desires. When you visualize, you are training your brain to recognize and respond to opportunities that match the picture in your mind. You are teaching yourself to believe in what is possible by seeing it first in your imagination. This isn't just wishful thinking. Studies in psychology and neuroscience have shown that when you vividly imagine something, your brain activates in similar ways to when you actually experience it. That means if you consistently visualize yourself speaking confidently, succeeding in your career, healing your body, or living in joy, your brain starts to accept those images as reality. You begin to naturally take actions, make choices, and build habits that move you closer to that imagined life, because your mind is already preparing you for it. The key to effective visualization is emotional involvement. It's not just about seeing an image, it's about feeling it with as much detail as possible. What do you see, hear, smell, touch, and feel in that future reality? Let's say you're visualizing achieving a personal goal, like giving a successful presentation. Don't just see yourself standing at the podium. Imagine the weight of the microphone in your hand, the warmth of the spotlight, the nods and smiles from your audience, the feeling of calm and clarity as you speak, and the sense of pride and joy when you finish. The more emotionally real it feels, the more powerfully your subconscious mind accepts it as possible. That emotional connection creates motivation, builds confidence, and strengthens belief. So when the moment actually arrives, it feels familiar, even natural, because you've already been there in your mind. Visualization is also a valuable tool for overcoming fear and doubt. Many people unconsciously visualize negative outcomes, failing, being rejected, making mistakes, and then feel paralyzed by fear. But you can flip that pattern. Instead of letting your mind wander to worst-case scenarios, you can intentionally train it to expect the best. Start each day by closing your eyes for a few minutes and picturing the day going well. Visualize yourself staying calm under pressure, being kind to others, handling challenges with strength, and ending the day feeling proud. Over time, this simple practice rewires your mindset. You'll start to expect success instead of fearing failure, and your actions will naturally begin to reflect that shift. In practical terms, visualization can be done in many ways. Some people use vision boards, collections of images and words that represent their goals. Others write out detailed future scenarios in a journal or record voice notes, describing their dreams as if they've already come true. What matters most is consistency. Like any skill, visualization becomes more powerful the more you practice it. Even just 5 minutes a day can create a powerful shift in your energy, clarity, and confidence. Ultimately, visualization reminds us that the mind is a creative force. If you can see it and feel it in your imagination, you are already one step closer to making it real. When combined with belief, effort, and patience, visualization becomes not just a technique, but a mindset, a way of seeing life not just for what it is, but for what it can be. So start today. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and see the life you dream of living. Let it become so clear and vivid that it pulls you forward, guiding your thoughts, shaping your actions, and reminding you every day that your future begins in your mind. See it, feel it, believe it, and then go live it. 5. Gratitude, the frequency of receiving. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's a powerful, life-shifting energy that aligns you with the frequency of receiving. When you live in a state of gratitude, you begin to notice all the good that already exists around you, and that awareness shifts your focus from lack to abundance. It's like tuning a radio. When your thoughts and emotions are tuned to thankfulness, you attract more of what matches that vibration. Think of gratitude as the language of the universe. It tells life, I see the blessings, I appreciate them, and I'm open to receiving more. It's one of the simplest, yet most effective ways to raise your emotional state, change your perspective, and unlock a steady flow of peace, joy, and unexpected blessings. The more grateful you are, the more reasons you find to continue feeling grateful. Because your mind becomes trained to look for the light rather than the darkness, for what's working instead of what's missing. Gratitude is also a deeply healing practice. When you pause to appreciate even the smallest moments, a warm meal, a smile from a stranger, a cool breeze, or simply the fact that you made it through a difficult day, you gently shift yourself out of stress, anxiety, or frustration and into presence and peace. You stop resisting what is and start embracing it, which makes space for more ease in your life. Gratitude doesn't mean you ignore problems or pretend everything is perfect. It means you choose to focus on the gifts within your circumstances. Even during challenges, there is always something to be thankful for. The lesson learned, the strength gained, the opportunity to grow. When you approach life from this angle, you're no longer chasing happiness. You're cultivating it from within day by day. In the context of the law of attraction, gratitude acts like a magnet. When you are genuinely thankful for what you already have, you send a powerful signal to the universe that says, I recognize abundance and I welcome more. But if you're always focusing on what you lack, your energy remains stuck in resistance and scarcity. Gratitude flips that script. It opens the heart, calms the mind, and creates a sense of enoughness, an internal fullness that doesn't depend on external achievements or possessions. And from that place of enoughness, you naturally start receiving more opportunities, more love, more clarity, more joy. You become like a beacon, attracting people and experiences that resonate with your higher energy. Practicing gratitude is simple but transformative. You can start each day by writing down 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be big. What matters is that they're sincere. Or end your day by reflecting on the best moment you experienced. Speak your gratitude out loud. Write it in a journal, or simply hold it in your heart. Over time, this daily ritual reprograms your brain to see the positive more easily and automatically. Even in difficult times, the habit of gratitude becomes an anchor, helping you find stability, hope, and trust in life's unfolding. It reminds you that every day offers something worth appreciating, and that appreciation in turn invites more beauty, more flow, and more of the life you desire. So, when you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or lost, return to gratitude. It is the fastest way to shift your energy. It grounds you in the present, strengthens your connection to life, and opens the door for receiving all the blessings that are waiting to reach you. Gratitude truly is the frequency of receiving, because when you are thankful, you are already saying, I have. And in doing so, you make space for more to enter with grace. 6. Ask, believe, receive. The three-step process. The foundation of the law of attraction is built upon a simple yet deeply transformative three-step process. Ask, believe, receive. At first glance, these steps might seem basic, but when practiced with genuine intention, emotional alignment, and consistent action, they hold the key to creating a life filled with purpose, joy, and abundance. Let's begin with the first step. Ask. This step is about getting clear on what you truly desire, whether it's a goal, a feeling, a relationship, a job, or a lifestyle. Many people live passively, vaguely hoping for something better without ever clearly stating what they want. But clarity is power. When you ask the universe, or life, or your higher self, whatever resonates with you, you're setting a direction for your energy and intention. It's not enough to say, I want to be happy, or I want more money. Be specific. How do you want to feel? What does financial abundance look like to you? What kind of work would bring you fulfillment? When your desires are clearly defined, the universe has a blueprint to work with, and your mind begins to focus like a compass on the things that match that vision. The second step is believe, and this is where many people struggle. To believe means to truly trust that what you've asked for is already on its way, even if you don't yet see any signs of it. This step isn't about forcing yourself to fake it or ignore reality. It's about shifting your internal state from doubt to faith. You must let go of disbelief, impatience, and the need to control how or when things will happen. This isn't always easy, especially if you've been let down before or if your current situation feels far from what you're asking for. But belief is the bridge between your desire and its manifestation. You nurture belief by aligning your thoughts, words, and emotions with your vision. You start acting as if it's already true. You visualize, you affirm, you take steps forward, even small ones, with the confidence that your desire is not just a wish but a reality in progress. You might not see the full picture yet, but just like planting a seed, you trust that something is growing beneath the surface. Finally, there's the third step. Receive. This step is about opening yourself up, mentally, emotionally, and energetically, to accept what you've asked for. It requires you to feel worthy of receiving, to let go of resistance, and to notice the signs and opportunities that are leading you to your desire. Often people block their own receiving because they don't believe they deserve happiness, love, success, or abundance. They unknowingly shut the door on blessings because of limiting beliefs like, "I'm not good enough," "things never work out for me," or "I have to struggle to earn it." But receiving is not about being perfect. It's about being ready. When you live in a state of gratitude, trust, and alignment, you become a magnet for everything you've asked for. You'll start to notice coincidences, people who show up to help, ideas that pop into your mind, or small wins that lead to bigger breakthroughs. These are signs that you're receiving. What makes the ask, believe, receive process truly powerful is how each step builds upon the other. Asking sets your intention. Believing energizes it with trust. Receiving allows it to become real in your life. It's not a magic trick or a shortcut. It's a way of living with purpose, faith, and openness. And while it may sound simple, the real power lies in practicing it daily, with honesty and heart. Each time you ask clearly, believe deeply, and receive gratefully, you reinforce the truth that you are a co-creator of your life. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are a participant in the unfolding of your dreams. So ask boldly, believe with all your heart, and receive with open arms. Everything you desire is already within reach. The journey begins with your decision to align your inner world with the life you want to create. 7. The role of belief and faith. Belief and faith are the invisible yet powerful forces that shape your reality from the inside out. They are the roots from which your thoughts, actions, and experiences grow. Without belief, your goals remain distant dreams. Without faith, your journey becomes filled with hesitation and fear. Belief is the mental acceptance that something is possible, that what you desire can truly happen. Faith goes one step deeper. It is the emotional and spiritual trust that even when you can't yet see the result, it's still on its way. Together, belief and faith form the inner foundation for manifesting your desires, building confidence, overcoming obstacles, and staying resilient in the face of uncertainty. When you believe in yourself and in the possibility of your dreams, you activate a powerful energy within you, an energy that influences how you think, what you notice, how you act, and what you attract. You begin to walk through life with a sense of purpose and quiet strength, because you know in your heart that you're not just wishing, you're trusting, building, and becoming. Belief and faith are not about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. They are about seeing beyond your current circumstances and knowing that your current situation doesn't define your final destination. Life is full of challenges, delays, and moments of doubt. But belief is what keeps you moving when things get tough. It reminds you why you started. Faith, on the other hand, helps you release the need to control every detail. It allows you to let go of how and when your desires will unfold, and instead, trust the timing and the process. It's like planting a seed in the soil. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, Give it sunlight and have faith that it will bloom when the time is right. The same is true for your dreams. If you've planted them with clear intention and you nurture them with belief and faith, they will grow in their season. Another important aspect of belief and faith is that they directly influence your behavior. When you believe in your ability to succeed, you take risks, try new things, and keep going even after failure. You're more likely to seek opportunities, learn from setbacks, and act on inspiration. But when belief is weak or absent, fear and self-doubt take over. You play small, give up quickly, or never start at all. Faith acts as your inner compass, helping you stay aligned with your higher purpose, especially when external circumstances seem confusing or discouraging. It whispers to you in the quiet moments, "Keep going, don't give up, something better is coming." This kind of inner strength doesn't come from what's happening around you. It comes from what you choose to believe within you. The good news is that belief and faith can be strengthened like muscles. You don't have to be born with them. You can develop them through consistent practice. Start by speaking to yourself with kindness and encouragement. Replace negative self-talk with empowering affirmations. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. Reflect on past moments when things worked out, even when you weren't sure how. Read stories of others who overcame adversity and turned dreams into reality. Every act of belief you take, no matter how small, builds your foundation. And every time you choose faith over fear, you increase your capacity to receive, grow, and thrive. In the end, belief and faith are not just tools. They are guiding lights. They help you navigate life not with fear, but with hope and courage. They remind you that you are not limited by your past or defined by your circumstances. You are constantly evolving, constantly creating, and constantly being supported in ways you might not yet see. So hold tight to your belief, even when it wavers. Nurture your faith, even when the path seems unclear. Because when your inner world is rooted in belief and faith, your outer world begins to reflect that strength, and what once felt impossible slowly becomes your new reality. 8. Common misconceptions and pitfalls. When people first learn about the law of attraction or begin their journey of personal growth and manifestation, it's common to encounter misunderstandings and fall into certain mental traps that can actually slow down or block progress. One of the biggest misconceptions is the idea that simply thinking positive thoughts will automatically bring your desires to life without any real effort. While maintaining a positive mindset is important, manifestation isn't just about wishful thinking or visualizing something once and expecting it to magically appear. The truth is, the law of attraction works in harmony with action, alignment, and consistency. You still have to take steps, make decisions, and show up for your goals. The universe responds not only to your thoughts, but also to the energy behind them, your beliefs, emotions, habits, and actions all play a role. Thinking, "I want to be successful," while secretly feeling undeserving or taking no action to grow, will send mixed signals that weaken your manifestation power. Another pitfall is attaching too tightly to the how and when your desires will show up. People often get discouraged when they don't see immediate results, assuming the process isn't working, when in fact, it's still unfolding behind the scenes. This impatience can lead to frustration, doubt, and even giving up right before a breakthrough. The law of attraction is not a vending machine. It's more like planting a garden. You must trust the process, allow time for growth, and remain open to unexpected paths. Sometimes what you receive may look different from what you originally envisioned, but it may be even better than you imagined. A rigid mindset can block you from recognizing the opportunities and signs that are already around you. Another common misunderstanding is believing that if something bad happens, it must be your fault because you attracted it with negative thoughts. This creates unnecessary guilt and pressure. Life includes challenges for everyone, and not everything is a direct result of our thoughts. Sometimes obstacles are simply part of the journey that help us grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. What matters most is not to blame yourself, but to observe how you respond. Do you dwell in the negative, or do you use the experience to shift, heal, and realign with what you truly want? Your power lies not in avoiding every difficulty, but in how you rise from them. People also fall into the trap of comparison, especially when they see others seemingly manifesting results faster. This can create self-doubt and a false sense of failure. But manifestation is not a race. It's a personal journey deeply tied to your own beliefs, timing, and soul's path. Someone else's success doesn't mean your journey is failing. It might just mean your breakthrough is still forming in unseen ways. Staying in your own lane with faith and focus is far more powerful than constantly measuring yourself against others. Lastly, some believe that they must feel good all the time for the law of attraction to work, which is unrealistic and emotionally exhausting. The truth is, being human means experiencing a range of emotions. It's okay to feel sad, angry, confused, or uncertain. These feelings are natural. The key is not to stay stuck there. Acknowledge your emotions, process them, and gently guide yourself back to alignment. The goal is not perfection, but progress. Understanding these common misconceptions helps you avoid disappointment and deepen your practice. The law of attraction isn't about controlling everything. It's about co-creating your life with awareness, belief, and action. It invites you to become an active participant in your own growth while trusting in something greater than yourself. By staying grounded in clarity, patience, self-compassion, and a willingness to learn from the journey, you'll find that manifestation becomes not just about getting what you want, but becoming who you were always meant to be. 9. Real-life stories of manifestation. Real-life stories of manifestation serve as powerful reminders that the law of attraction isn't just a theory, it's a living process that countless people around the world have experienced firsthand. One such story is about a young woman who had always dreamed of becoming a published author. For years, she struggled with self-doubt, financial stress, and rejection from publishers. But instead of giving up, she began practicing daily visualization, seeing her book on shelves, imagining readers connecting with her words, and feeling the joy of signing copies for fans. She paired this mental clarity with intentional action. She wrote every day, networked with other writers, and submitted her work persistently. Despite the challenges, she maintained her belief and faith that it was possible. Eventually, a small publisher noticed her work and gave her the chance she had dreamed of. Today, her book is not only published but has inspired thousands of readers, and she often credits her success to aligning her inner world, her thoughts, emotions, and faith, with her consistent actions. Another inspiring example comes from a man who wanted to shift from a job he hated to running his own business. He had the vision, but for years he felt stuck, afraid of failing, or not being able to support his family. One day, after reading about the law of attraction, he decided to change his mindset. Instead of focusing on fear, he began to focus on gratitude, appreciating his current job for supporting him while also visualizing the business he wanted to create. Every morning, he wrote affirmations about his success and spent time imagining what it would feel like to work on his terms. He started researching, learning new skills, and slowly building his side hustle on weekends. Months later, an unexpected opportunity came his way. A former colleague reached out, looking for someone to collaborate on a project that matched his dream business idea. That one conversation opened doors that eventually allowed him to transition full-time into doing work he loves. He now shares his journey with others, encouraging them to combine belief with consistent, aligned action. Even in small, everyday ways, manifestation works. A college student who was struggling financially began practicing the mindset of abundance. Instead of constantly stressing about not having enough, she started to affirm, "I always have what I need," and truly believed it. She kept a gratitude journal, noting every small blessing, from free meals to random gifts to kind gestures. Within weeks, she began receiving unexpected financial help, a scholarship she hadn't applied for, a friend offering her a part-time job, and her expenses being reduced in surprising ways. She was amazed at how her mindset shift changed her energy and what she attracted into her life. These stories are not fairy tales. They're real examples of people using the principles of the law of attraction to shift their reality. What they all have in common is clarity of desire, belief in the possibility, emotional alignment, and purposeful action. The manifestations didn't always happen overnight, and there were still obstacles along the way. But by staying committed, open, and grounded in faith, they each turned intention into experience. These stories remind us that we are not powerless. We are powerful co-creators of our lives. When we align our thoughts and feelings with what we truly desire and take steps from a place of inner trust, the universe has a way of responding with surprising, sometimes even magical results. Your own story of manifestation could be just beginning. The key is to believe that it's possible and to stay connected to your vision no matter what. Then, how to start using the secret today. Starting to use the secret today doesn't require any special training, tools, or perfect conditions. It begins with a simple decision to shift your mindset and become more intentional about your thoughts, emotions, and energy. The core idea behind The Secret, which is based on the law of attraction, is that your thoughts have power. What you consistently focus on, whether it's success or struggle, abundance or lack, joy or stress, begins to shape your reality. So the first step is to get clear about what you truly want. Take a few quiet moments to reflect and write down your desires, whether they're related to your career, health, relationships, finances, or personal growth. Don't just list vague hopes like, I want to be happy. Get specific. What does happiness look and feel like for you? The clearer you are, the more powerful your intention becomes. Once you've identified your desire, move into the second step, visualization and emotional alignment. Picture your goal as if it's already happening. If you want a new job, imagine yourself getting ready for work in the morning, walking into an inspiring office, working with supportive colleagues, and feeling fulfilled. If you're seeking better health, see yourself feeling energetic, moving freely, and glowing with vitality. The secret is not just in seeing the image, it's in feeling the emotion of already having it. Your emotions are the fuel behind your thoughts, and when you align emotionally with what you want, you begin to vibrate at the same frequency as that desire, drawing it toward you naturally. Next, speak and act as if what you want is already on its way. This doesn't mean pretending or being dishonest. It means aligning your language and actions with belief, not doubt. For instance, instead of saying, I hope I can make it, shift to, I'm on my way and things are coming together for me. Begin taking small steps that reflect your belief in your future. If you want to be a writer, start writing every day, even just a few lines. If you want to attract love, start treating yourself with the kindness and attention you'd want from a partner. These actions send a powerful message to the universe. I'm ready, I believe, I'm already living it. Another important piece of using the secret is to practice gratitude daily. Gratitude is like a magnet for more blessings. When you begin to appreciate what you already have, no matter how small, you shift from a mindset of lack to a mindset of abundance. Each day, write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. Feel the appreciation deeply. Gratitude helps you stay emotionally aligned with what you want instead of constantly focusing on what's missing. Lastly, you must let go of resistance and trust the process. This means not obsessing over the outcome or worrying about when or how it will happen. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You water it, give it light, and trust it will bloom in time. The same is true for your desires. Let go of fear, doubt, and control. Replace them with patience, trust, and confidence that things are unfolding in perfect timing. In summary, you can start using the secret today by clarifying your desires, visualizing them with emotion, aligning your words and actions with belief, practicing daily gratitude, and trusting the journey. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to begin with intention, consistency, and a heart open to possibility. The moment you decide to become a conscious creator of your life is the moment your reality begins to change. Your thoughts are powerful, your emotions are magnetic, and your belief is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Start today and watch how the world begins to shift in your favor. 11. Living in alignment every day. Living in alignment every day means choosing to live in harmony with your true values, desires, and inner wisdom, where your thoughts, feelings, actions, and beliefs all point in the same direction. It's about being honest with yourself about what really matters to you and making choices that reflect that truth, not just once in a while, but as a consistent way of life. Many people go through their days on autopilot, reacting to what happens around them, following routines or expectations that don't truly match who they are or what they want. But living in alignment invites you to pause, reconnect with your inner self, and ask, is this decision, this thought, this reaction in line with the life I want to create? When your inner and outer worlds are in sync, everything flows more naturally. Your relationships feel more meaningful, your work becomes more fulfilling, and even your challenges become easier to navigate because you're acting from a place of clarity and purpose. To live in alignment, start by getting clear on your core values. These are the principles that guide your life, like authenticity, kindness, growth, freedom, or creativity. When you understand your values, you can use them like a compass to make decisions that feel right for you, even if they go against outside expectations. For example, if freedom is one of your values, but you're stuck in a job that feels restrictive, alignment might mean exploring new opportunities that offer more flexibility or autonomy. Alignment doesn't always mean big, dramatic changes. It often starts with small, intentional shifts in how you think, speak, and act. Ask yourself regularly, does this align with who I want to be? When your choices match your deeper truth, you feel a sense of peace and confidence that can't be faked or forced. Another powerful part of living in alignment is staying emotionally aware and grounded. Your emotions are signals that let you know whether you're in or out of sync. When you feel energized, joyful, and calm, you're likely aligned. But if you feel drained, anxious, or frustrated, it might be a sign that something is off. Maybe you're saying yes when you want to say no, or you're trying to meet someone else's expectations instead of your own. This is where self-reflection comes in. Spend a few minutes each day checking in with yourself. Journaling, meditation, quiet walks, or simply asking yourself, how do I feel right now, can bring valuable insight. Living in alignment isn't about being perfect. It's about being honest and adjusting gently when you drift off course. Consistency is also key. Just like brushing your teeth or eating healthy, alignment becomes stronger with daily practice. It could be setting intentions in the morning that reflect how you want to feel and show up, such as, today I will speak with kindness, or I will stay grounded in trust instead of fear. It could mean surrounding yourself with people, environments, and habits that support your best self. The more often you choose alignment, the more natural it becomes, and the more you begin to attract experiences and people who reflect your true self back to you. Ultimately, living in alignment every day is one of the most powerful ways to live a meaningful, fulfilling life. It brings you closer to your purpose, deepens your connection with others, and helps you feel whole and empowered from within. It's not about having all the answers or controlling every outcome. It's about being present, intentional, and true to who you are. The more you live in alignment, the more life seems to click into place. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are. And when you live in alignment, every day becomes an opportunity not just to exist, but to truly live. 12 final thoughts. You create your reality. At the heart of everything you've learned, whether it's about the law of attraction, gratitude, visualization, or self-awareness, there is one powerful truth. You create your reality. This means your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, choices, and actions are not just responses to the world around you. They are the very tools shaping the world you experience. You are not simply a passenger in life, reacting to events or waiting for things to happen. You are the driver, the author, the artist. Every thought you think sends out a signal. Every belief you hold becomes the lens through which you see life. Every word you speak has energy, and every choice you make contributes to the unfolding of your story. This isn't about blame or perfection. It's about empowerment. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shift your focus, raise your energy, and create change from the inside out. Creating your reality begins with awareness. When you become conscious of the stories you tell yourself, I'm not good enough. Success is for other people. I'll never get there. You can begin to rewrite them. You can choose new thoughts that support your growth, such as, I am capable, I'm learning every day, or I deserve joy and success. Your outer world reflects your inner world, so as your inner world evolves, so will everything around you. This doesn't mean challenges disappear overnight, but your relationship to those challenges changes. You no longer feel powerless. You begin to see obstacles as teachers, delays as redirection, and setbacks as setups for future breakthroughs. To truly create your reality, you must also take action. Dreaming, visualizing, and believing are powerful steps, but action turns possibility into progress. Even small steps count. When you act with intention, fueled by clarity and belief, the universe begins to respond in surprising ways. The right people show up. The right opportunities arise. The timing begins to align. You may not always see the results immediately, but that doesn't mean the process isn't working. Sometimes the most important changes are happening within, in your confidence, your resilience, and your ability to keep going even when the path isn't clear. That inner strength is what makes lasting change possible. Creating your reality also means embracing responsibility. Not in a heavy or guilt-filled way, but in an empowering way. It's about accepting that while you can't always control what happens to you, you can always choose how you respond. You can choose to learn instead of blame. You can choose to grow instead of shrink. You can choose to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. That's real power. It's the kind of power that no one can take from you because it comes from within. So, as you move forward, remember this. Your reality is not set in stone. It's shaped by your mindset, molded by your choices, and influenced by the energy you carry each day. You don't have to wait for everything to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. You simply need to begin right where you are, with belief, intention, and the willingness to keep showing up. The future you desire isn't somewhere far away. It's already forming moment by moment with every thought, every feeling, and every step you take. Trust yourself. Stay aligned with what matters. Keep your vision clear, your heart open, and your energy high. Because the truth is beautifully simple. You create your reality, and that means you have the power to create something extraordinary.